Hey there, Aries. It's me here, Krystal Clear. Happy to deliver Spirit's message for you as you navigate the month of June 2024. So we're going to start by pulling two cards, one for the overall energy coming into the month and for the overall energy as you exit the month. And then we'll pull some tarot cards in between to see how the weeks unfold, as well as Spirit's advice at the end. So for beginning the month of June, let's see where you're at. Purification. All right, so it seems like you are focused on really figuring out your purposeful priorities and purifying anything that does not bring you peace or doesn't feel in alignment with your this identity that you're stepping into, perhaps like a new identity or feeling just stronger within your identity. And the purification is kind of like a divine pruning. That it is anything that's not serving your purpose or doesn't feel in alignment with your peace needs to be purged, right? And then once we can purge some of that sludge out, we can merge, right? The purge and merge is something that I teach. So check out the description if you want to work with me one-on-one with this. But in order for us to grow closer to our goals, our dreams, our relationships, whatever it is that you're working towards, there are some things you're going to need to leave behind that can't come with you moving into this new energy, moving forward. So let's see what the end of June brings, this purification process. How does the month end? Perfect. And I love that. Actually, I feel like you may even go one step further. You may have the purge and then you've got the merge. So you become closer, more unified, more aligned. And that actually will kick up the surge, the surge, which is the energy healing. It's like just you feel lighter. And so you attract in alignment with the higher good or the light in your life, rather than feeling so heavy sometimes with grief, regret, remorse. It feels like there's a lot of release, not only within yourself emotionally, but the things that may be causing you to feel this regret, remorse, and this grief. It can be connections that you have with people, your job. We're going to pull 4 cards so we can look deeper into this as you go about the month. But it does feel like this purification process brings you almost like to this place of alchemy, where you are able to manifest in your higher alignment, where you're able to take back your power in places where you've been giving it away, or maybe for the first time identifying your power and stepping into it, rather than continuing to maybe be a victim of circumstance or feeling like there are things out of your control. Energy healing is about that control, bringing down, the higher perspective, and that your energy healing is like grounded into your reality. So there's this beautiful balance of energy as well as practical practices. So let's pull 4 tarot cards and see what we have for the first week. We've got the 2 of Swords. We've got the Empress. This feels good. It feels like there's definitely like taking back your power, making decisions. Like so far at the beginning of the month, the 2 of Swords, it's all about like really making some challenging decisions and having to let go of some things that no longer serve you, so that you can nurture what does serve you, so that you can open up to even better things that exceed your expectations. Reconciliations where maybe you hadn't seen that or thought of that before. Coming closer with your purpose and your job, where you live, your physical, tangible things. Let's see what else we've got. Oh yeah, perfect. 8 of Pentacles. And the Ace of Cups. That's exactly right. It exceeds your expectations. There's gratitude that comes by the end of this month with this energy healing. I feel like you realize that you are a bit better at being at one with the universe. So overall, this journey as you go about June is really bringing in, yes, there are some decisions, some relationships that you'll have to say no to, some the Eight of Pentacles is all about relationships that either work for us or don't. It's about the work that we do and like within ourselves and within our experience, as well as like career work, professionalism, things like that. Empress is all about nurturing the heart of the matter and what's important to you. But it's really hard to get to this place of gratitude and working things out and nurturing connections and dreams and purpose if we don't make some hard decisions first. And so the Two of Swords is all about seeing a higher perspective, purifying the things that are not in alignment with that higher perspective. And like, you may not know where it goes or where it's headed by taking these steps, but I feel as if it is time. The Eight of Pentacles is all about like, it is time. We're wrapping up a cycle. We're getting to the end of a cycle. And with the energy healing and the Ace of Cups, I feel like there is a new cycle on the horizon for you coming up this summer that kicks off here in the month of June, which of course the summer solstice is in June also. But it really kicks off this month. You get a really good grasp of how to like alchemize. It's like alchemy almost, because there's a little bit of this intuition, this the perspective side of things as well as the physical side of things. And then you're also nurturing and caring for this this purpose, this work that you're doing, this purification process. And that brings the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is reason to be joyful, be grateful, and be at harmony with your soul, to be at peace with your purpose and what you're doing. Like for once, it feels like Aries, for once in a long time, maybe it's been a while, that you have felt this, maybe proud of yourself or at peace with what you're doing. And you're the one doing it. You're making a way where there wasn't a way before. And your focus is shifting. It's different. You're standing your ground. You're purifying what needs to be purified and just stepping into your higher self. So let's see Spirit's advice as you travel along this month. So we have journey. It's all about the journey, Aries. No judgment on any of the areas that need purification. And sometimes one of the biggest parts of our journey to self-forgiveness is to realize that as we know better, we do better. We know better, we grow better. And we have to forgive ourselves from the things that we didn't know when we didn't know them. And then when we learn new things, the best way for us to move forward on the journey, feeling uplifted and at peace, is to know that we do our best at every different juncture. And as we continue to know better, we do better. And so it's all about the journey. It's about acceptance on the journey, I would say, for you, Aries, this month. Let's see what else we've got. We've got hold your ground. When you're going through that purification process, relationships, even like maybe there is some outdated business practices you have, you want to revamp that, because I can see you stepping into your power here and holding your ground and standing in your power is going to be a really important focus, to have this dynamic of purifying, purging and then merging and then that surging and elevating. There's an elevation to your practices. There's an elevation to your relationships, and there's an elevation to your experiences. And it is part of the journey, but it comes from holding your ground and being like, okay, maybe that worked for me previously. Maybe that's who I was previously, but I'm ready for something new, and I'm unapologetically moving forward with that. And with the hold your ground, Spirit is encouraging you that even if this purification process may be a bit challenging, even if the decisions you have to make at the beginning of June, you might not be sure which would be the best direction, you're ready to step out in faith. You're ready to take the step on the journey, right? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And as you go through this month, just stand your ground with the decisions that you make. And that really is the work, is that you believe in what you're doing, that you believe in the alchemy and the magic that you're making and the help that you're doing and the guidance that you're giving others and the reconciliations that come in from it and the new partnerships that come from the reconciliation of some outdated thoughts and outdated relationships, the new business that comes in from revamping some outdated practices. Those kinds of things are happening and shifting for you in the month of Aries for some of you. And so finally, for the last card for Spirit's advice, we've got Radiate Self-Compassion. Yeah, that goes back to that saying, like, forgive yourself for what you didn't know before you knew it there. And Radiate Self-Compassion, talking about the journey of self-forgiveness. As you have compassion for yourself, it's easier to have compassion for others. It's easier to forgive others when we can forgive ourselves. And I feel as if there are so many different people that you teach or that you have an influence on that could learn a little bit more about compassion, and that it is best for your experience to help them with compassion by offering it to yourself. Hopefully that makes some sense. Like, to not judge your situation. It goes along with this self-forgiveness and standing your ground on your decisions. Like, it's okay that people change. It's okay that we make changes in our life, because if we are doing the work, that Eight of Pentacles, if we're doing the work and the work is working, then we're constantly evolving. That means we are ever changing. And that means we have to have self-compassion, or that self-forgiveness, for versions of our previous self, as well as even the parts of ourselves that we don't even know yet, the things that we don't know. And as you embody that grace, stand your ground, and radiate that self-compassion, you become a leader to even, like, more people. But not that, like, you need to be a leader to more people. It just comes in. You become like a magnet to these people who need to learn this skill. Or, like, if it's your family, there's family reconciliation, it feels like, for some of you, that really needs, like, just some forgiveness and some time spent. And this is the month to definitely do it. There's a beautiful purification that brings peace to the situation, and it amplifies and elevates the experience for you and for those around you. So I'm wishing you all the very best, Aries, as you go about the month of June. Take care.